All right, welcome back. Today is Monday, the first part of August. We're starting this morning with a jury trial, and they're over there right now picking a jury. It should be a murder case, pretty interesting one. Hopefully it'll catch and go forward. We were also set to go forward in Georgetown this week on a double murder, which ended up pleading last week, and that's one that I would catch you up on. Tyshim Walters out of Georgetown pled guilty to 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. He received 60 years on that. He is 26 years old, so that would put him getting out in his 80s. It is what we call the equivalent of life. The big thing is the family did not have to go through a trial. They were exceedingly pleased. There have been some people that were, upset. Either that's too much time or too little time. Just know that the family was ecstatic about being able to end that in a plea, and what we call the equivalent of life. If Tyshim Walters makes it to 86, he can get out, but it's day for day. And there's a lot of confusion on that. But when it's a murder charge, it is literally day for day. You can add 60 to whatever year it is, and that is 2086 is when he should be getting out. So we also had 2 life sentences for Dominic Brand, who is currently 30, but he's from Marion, and he killed Mary Ann Elvington. That was such a tragic case also. First of all, the one in Georgetown, we had a situation where a young girl was moving in right across from her dad's shop on Highway 521. Laura was there with a guy named Paul McConnell Paul was going to get the bunk beds for his kids, make room for Laura to be able to put her furniture in there. Laura's stepdad, Nick, was driving 521, and there was an accident where Tyshim Walters hit the back end of Nick's vehicle. Tyshim was very upset about who had caused the accident. It never went that far. Nobody come out and wrote a ticket for the accident. It could have been Nick's fault. Could have been Tyshim's fault for following too close, But Tyshim went into his car and shot Nick and shot Laura, and then shot Paul McConnell, but ran out of bullets and started beating Paul with the pistol. Georgetown Sheriff's Office did an excellent job. They chased him down. We had DNA on the gun. We had video from across the street. It was a really good case for the state. Just tragic events. So he pled guilty. Again, that's what we would call the function of life. Obviously, if he was if we'd have done 40 years or 50 years, it probably wouldn't have, but 60 years is the equivalent. In this other case, you'll remember that Dominic Brand stole a church bus, parked in a field. The bus got bogged down or made inoperable. He stayed out in the bus for a few days and then snuck up to Mary Ann Elvington's house. Miss Elvington missed church. She went to church so regularly that everybody knew something was up that she had missed. So when they got to looking for her, he had kidnapped her and had her to drive all the way to Lake Waccamaw, which is in North Carolina, then back down through Dillon into Marion. But because we had several U.S. prosecutors on our staff, we were able to take this in federal court, and the case started in Horry with a kidnapping and went to two other solicitors, through two other solicitors' offices, jurisdictions, and North Carolina DA's jurisdiction. But because we had federal prosecutors in-house, we were able to get this case picked up federally. It was one trial, and it took the better part of a week. Then it took Judge Sherry Lyden a little longer to sentence, simply because there were some laws up there that she was going to wait for the outcome of. Brand wasn't going anywhere, so it didn't cost anything, and he has been in jail ever since. But he got 2 federal life sentences, which is the same as state. It's day for day. It means he'll die in prison. We did start that off as a death penalty case. We sent that to D.C., and they said that the difference between federal and state is in federal you have to get permission from the District of Columbia, the AG, U.S. AG, to go forward. And they had a panel review, and they said no, life imprisonment is the extent that we will let this go. So he was convicted and got life imprisonment for her death in Marion County. But that was a Horry County case also. Again, we'll start with another murder case today. We had a really bad year. I think it was 2019 or 2020 with quite a few murders, and we're working our way through all of those. But I will let y'all know Monday how that case went, and have a great week, and we will see you again on Monday.